Welcome to the final refrain adaptive round number 1. We have Dammat versus Astron for you here tonight. The players starting a little bit earlier today, which is good for me and for Dammat because it's getting quite late. So let's do a little preview show and yeah, let's get it going. This is the bracket. We're still in round 1, the first week, so a couple games have already been played, but there's a lot more to come. We'll focus on this match today, Astron Dammat. Astron from Australia, Archon World top 4 player. Let me mute my sound meanwhile. Yeah, there we go. World top 4 player. Favorite deck is Kuktung. Yeah, I should leave that to Riku. Also an avid adaptive player. I don't see his achievements listed here, but undoubtedly he has a few. Dammat, you might not know him, but he's just the Alliance World Champion and the Final Refrain Alliance Champion. So yeah. Good player, but can he do well in adaptive? That's what we're about to find out. The decks that they brought are 2 AOA decks, and from what I've seen, AOA and DT seem to be adaptive favorites. Why? I don't know, because I'm not that good at adaptive, but let's see. Astron brought X Miller with 75 SAS versus 75 SAS on Dammat's side. Seems pretty equal stats wise. We do see that there's a bit more Amber generation on Astron's deck and a bit more Amber control on Dammat's deck, which seems pretty fair. Double Miasma and too much to protect versus a deck that wants to rush Amber. It looks like that can be tricky at first glance. I didn't spot any key cheats for Astron. Does have quite some creature control, which probably needs it for the Might Makes Right. On the other side, quite some archiving there to make that happen for Dammat. Let's look at the complete deck lists. So is there a key cheat here? I don't think so. No. So those double miasmas and too much to protect are going to be a huge factor in this game, probably. Yeah. If I had to say which deck would come out on top, I would maybe think Dammat's deck would be the one that people would bid chains on. Not 100% sure, obviously, but yeah, it does look like I would want to go for that deck. Yeah. Let's see if the players are up for it. I'll give them a heads up. I went a bit faster through this than I expected. If anyone is in chat and wants to check my audio, that'd be great as well, because I haven't done that in a while. So give me a heads up. All right, moving on to the TCO interface here. Waiting for the players to create a game. Astron says he's gonna make a coffee. Thank you, Captain Gill. You're being heard in more ways than one. You had a pretty exciting night today, huh? I won't say what, but yeah. Maybe we can go back to the decks once more, and maybe you're an adaptive master, right? At times, let's say. What do you think? I'm leaning towards Dammat's deck a little bit because of the too much to protect and the double miasmas, which could force Astron or the person playing X Miller to play a bit more on the safe side instead of going all out on the Ember generation. And again, I haven't played much adaptive, so I think the players will just take 2 minutes, like an Archon match, look at their opponent's deck list, then play game 1. Game 2, you take a bit more getting used to the deck, and then by game 3, you have a feel of which deck is the stronger one. I think that's what's going on most of the time, so you don't analyze the Archon list that much beforehand. Yeah. We do have some time here, so we can do that. So Dammat has Might Makes Right with some pretty big lollops. All the creatures have to come from... Oh, there's Grumbuggy. There we go. I did put that in the slide. So Grumbuggy, is there any artifact control? Nothing at all. But quite some creature control though. 2 unlock gateways. Is there Hysteria? Is there anything more? No. No. And the mod has quite some ways to archive some things. With the lab work, the researcher, the director. Yeah. I think I like my call for Dammat's deck being the stronger one. But we'll see. We'll see. So we're just waiting for Astron to get his morning coffee, because I think it's early morning in Australia. Here in Europe, it's almost 10:30 or 10:30 if they like they say in the UK. See a Wild Sydney in European playtimes. Huh. Dutch, and the Dutch are preparing for the Nationals, which hopefully is soon. Soon. Any good stories, Gail, while you're here, while we're waiting? Carnage practicing his match. Slightly preoccupied, that's okay. I appreciate you being here anyway. Alright, should be soon now. Can go back to the deck list one more time, just for good measure. Is there anything we're missing? So usually these decks are like mid, like really mid decks in their power level, right? They do some things really well, but not everything. And the things they do really well, they're still not exceptionally great at. And personally, I am not used to any of these decks anymore. Only in Sealed you get quite a few of those. So it's a bit... adaptive is another skill altogether, honestly. Especially best of threes. Needed to restart my PC, Astron says. That's alright. Okay. Let's go. Okay, both players seem to be there now. And one of them is going to make the game. And then we sit back and enjoy. I think many of the games have gone to the third game, which makes sense, because usually one deck is the stronger deck. If they're a bit more tied in power level, then it could go to a 2-0, where one deck just doesn't perform in the second game. Yeah. Back to adaptive, it feels like both decks have some decently tricky lines but feel close in power level. I think so too. Yeah, I could see a 2-0 happening because they're fairly similar, and then if one deck just does not perform in one of the games, then it could very well turn into a 2-0 situation. Astron's PC is still booting up. I'm glad to see Dammat here. I think Dammat is a quite... I don't think you want to draw into anyone here in the first round, but the Alliance World Champion and the Final Refrain Alliance winner, not something you'd like to see, I guess. But adaptive, completely different. I don't want to say completely different game, but it's something different for sure. Right, and good to go if you are. Yes, you can. There we are. So are we have it lined up correctly. So X Miller will start both or all three games, because that's how it works in these rules. X Miller will start all games. My bad, Luke. I missed the flip there. So the same deck starts every time. So they now get to see the deck list for the first time, probably going through it, preparing a little bit for this game. And you saw the graphic that I made. I spent about 1 to 2 minutes for each of the 32 decks. The cards you just popped out and just dragged them in. These players will probably do a bit the same. Maybe they're faster or take a bit more time. I wonder if they're picking out the same cards that I saw. So obviously you have the Might Makes Right here. Too much to protect. Miasma is something that catches your eye right away. And on the other side you see a lot of like 2 nap seeds with full moon. Could be something. Right, there we go. So I don't think they mulliganed. No mulliganing for... Oh, mulligan on Astron's side. I'm not happy with what he saw in his opening hand. Timer has started, so good luck, have funds for both. The timers do seem to be a bit more relevant in adaptive as opposed to Alliance and Archon. So turn 1 Grok has been played, just a body on the board. Maybe thinking about going back into Brobnar or just handcrafting. Only Skeleton Key played. Interesting. Probably a lot of reactive cards after the mulligan. So Dammat goes Shadows, plays Sucker Punch, which I think is an alpha card. Then Nightforge for the Amber, and plays Too Much to Protect. That is good to know for Astron. So the Too Much to Protect is in the discard. Can start to make some Amber. Only plays 2 upgrades on the opponent's creature. Nice. That is scary. The Researcher archiving the Too Much to Protect. Hey Snoopy, welcome. No more overtime games, no, please no. So yeah, the Dammat archiving that Too Much to Protect, which is actually quite scary. Igor to shuffle through his deck. When he played the Too Much to Protect, it's like, is there any recurring? There's only the Researcher. Well, it's great that Groki wasn't killed. How does one play Keyforge again? Is he not awake yet or what? Pip pip. So discarded Gamgee and Rocket Boots. And took something else back. Do we have 6 prizes to try to get to, or 20 lives? I don't know. This is probably some Pokemon TCG for the last. There you go. I was like, what's going on? So Astron goes in with the Whistling Darts, plays Life for Life, and discards Heist Knight. It's an alpha card. It's like that steal 1 for each friendly thief creature. It's like this PV card, but then worse, I guess. Because it's, yeah, or I don't know. So 4 Amber for Astron, 3 for Dammat. Astron knows that in the archives there is this Too Much to Protect card, so something to worry about. Dammat choosing to use the board and some efficiency and logos, probably archiving a second Shadows card, if possible, with the Team TP. Yeah, why would you play Pokemon if you can play Keyforge? That is interesting choice, isn't it? Not tonight. Oh, Merkins with the Too Much to Protect from the archives. Oh boy, the Merkins. Merkins ruining Dammat's day for now. And with the Skeleton Key taking off check. Wow, and another Whistling Darts killing all of those Logos creatures. That was big. That was big. It could have, it was a 50-50. So with Grok, he can at least get rid of 1 Ember, but probably cannot stop the key. We do see 27 power on the board and 6 amber. So with a little bit of luck for Dammat, he is already 2 keys up. Or not, but with Hysteria discarded, unlock gateway, destroying each creature. So that might makes right play that Dammat maybe was thinking about is no longer an option. So it does go Shadows, does not pick up the Archive. Plays a Miasma, a Brand, and Knuckles Walton. So maybe not a Shadows card then. Maybe it was another Miasma. Because I think there's 2 in here, right? Yeah. Astron playing really fast. Plopping down 2 Nap Seeds. Fogbank, creatures cannot fight. Full Moon, and Darna. Going to 5 amber. Dammat getting his first key in. With, I think there is Bouncing Death Quarks, where he can kill. Yes, and he did. His Brent the Fanatic to steal 3. And the Director is also down. Yeah, Might Makes Right deck. I missed the preamble because of too many tabs open. Yeah, there's Might Makes Right in there. There's some archiving. Quite some creature control. Too much to protect. Astron now thinks for a second, so thank you for giving me some time to talk through this game. And on the opposing side, yeah, we have the double Nepent Seeds, double Unlock Gateways, Miasma, and just some basic cards. Yeah. 4 Brobnar artifacts. Yeah. Grumbuggy, Flamethrower, Screech Bomb, Gauntlet. Yeah, and there's 0 artifact control on either side. So choose to go this. Maybe wants to get rid of this Titan mechanic. With 2 Nap Seeds on the board, there's always a lot of options, right? Merkin's back or Unlock Gateway is always great. Exhume with Merkins. So what was in there? Rig Lottery. It was another Shadows card. Astron gains 2 amber and Dammat gains 2 amber. Wow. Not so rigged, is it now? But the Schuler is now more valuable. 2 Schulers can do work, or 1 Schuler can do work at least. Or you probably take the Exhume back and then the Schuler, right? And then maybe you Hysteria back. I don't know. Yeah, there you go. Does take Exhume and Schuler. Dust Imp played. Is there an Unlock Gateway? But now you leave this because that's super awkward. So Merkins both played TMTP from Archives, and Merkins played Rigged Lottery from Archive, resulting in a lot of amber gain for Astron, actually. So, yeah. Oh boy. 1-2 punch. Might Makes Right. Grumbuggy's played. Grumbuggy, your opponent's cost +1 for each creature with power higher. Very fast Unlock Gateway from Astron there. A lot of artifacts coming down now. Drummond in play. Nothing Astron can do about these. So going through the second cycle, there's definitely 4 less Brobnar cards in your deck to make your deck more efficient. So chooses Untamed, put some creatures down, Song of Spring. Nothing? Nothing. So Dammat needs to push for 3 amber here if he can, at least. Goes Shadows, Special Delivery, Whistling Darts, and Miasma, for which we know there's 2 in the deck. Nerve Blast to kill your own. No, Nerve Blast steals anyway, right? The Skeleton Key is there. So definitely a way to stop right now. Furtive Investors. More MRU, game 1 for each. So goes to check. Plays an Umbra. Chooses the Skeleton Key to capture on Tan-Tadlin. 2 cards played only. And this was the most effective. Maybe not the only way to take Dammat off check. We'll see. Not on check himself because of the Grump Buggy. I guess Brotnar looks... Yeah, so it is double-sided. Need Tan-Tadlin already preventing the check. So if you're not used to Grump Buggy, actually I missed that, Grisham. Thank you for pointing that out. It's double-sided. So Flamethrower deals 1 damage to Tan-Tadlin and Neighbor. Special Delivery, purging Tan-Tadlin, 1/2 punching, getting some amber. Do you use the Screech Bomb? It's not necessary yet. If you redraw into your too much to protect, you're very happy with the Screech Bomb because you TMTP and you use that. So with the Ronnie and the Skeleton Key, so only 1 card drawn, right? Ronnie played, 1 card drawn. Yeah. So Dammat, did he take back the TMTP? Rig Lottery, TMTP, Screech Bomb. Yeah, that's rough. That's what he tried to do earlier, but then Merkins hit. You know, tricky deck. Yeah. So looks like game 1 probably going to Dammat. Probably. Screech Bomb's still alive. Must be so tempting to pop it. There, Miasma played. Going to 9. Needs 2 big creatures paired with the Screech Bomb to survive this. Titan Mechanic is big. It's not on a flank. Okay, BDQ. Oh, I don't think that's enough. GG. Game 1 to Astron. Wow. Alrighty then. I got the logs. Don't worry. Let me save them and mute myself while typing. Close one. Yeah, I did not expect that Miasma to come in. Well, Astron was just drawing 1 or 2 cards maximum each time, keeping him off. Maybe he was holding them on purpose. Maybe he drew off the draw. We don't know. The fact is, it's 1/1, and I now need to 1-0 for Astron. And let me just make that 1. And now the deck names are reversed, I believe. So let me just fix that. Doo-doo. Meanwhile, 2 turns have already happened. Let's see. Fogbank was played. Was that the right starting deck though? Yes. Yes. So Astron plays Director of ZYX, Fogbank, Piranha Monkeys, Tantatlin, then Special Delivery, Miasma, Ronnie, Knuckles Bolton, and now we're here. So now everything's readable. Merkins, nothing in the archives this time. Man, Merkins MVP last game, I would say. It does play Sucker Punch, an alpha card, so it doesn't play it at all. Plays a Miasma, puts the skeleton key down. Another restructuring where they manually swap decks in game 2. Oh no. Yeah. All the work you're doing is appreciated, Snoopy. I can kind of relate in a way where behind the scenes you have to do a lot to make it look nice. So thank you again. So now Astron plays the Sucker Punch that he drew into. Archives a card. Plays Night Forge for the Ember. Ronnie to Reap. What's the Knuckles Bolton going to do? Also Reap. And there is a Miasma here on this side. It was already played. Heist Knight Alpha steals one for the Merkins. Can capture another one with the skeleton key. And plays a Subtle Maul. So avoids the key for now. But I have to say that without the Merkins taking the keycards from the archive, it's looking a lot better for Luce. 10 Ember already. 12 Ember. Oof. We need a magic trick soon here for Dammat. Maybe a damaged anguish. Or he thinks it's already over. Don't give up yet. Don't give up yet. Magic can still happen. Wipes the board, but already on key 2. Artifacts coming down. The Might Makes Right. We haven't seen that yet. So already on 11 here. Needs 25 in total. Goes Untamed. Trying to hang on. Song of Spring. Flaxia. Yeah. I think the assessment that Luce was the stronger deck is correct. However, the Merkins from game 1 did so much work that Luce lost out on game 1. Now, if Might Makes Right is there, it's really almost over. Yeah, there's probably no coming back here. But you have to try. You have to try. Chooses this. Maybe can wipe the board again with unlock gateway. There's 2 of them if I remember correctly. So you're gonna have to do that, or risk getting might makes righted. Yeah, go Astron. Now the Astron fans come out, huh? When he's about to win. Where were you when it was looking like he was losing, huh? In Archives Game 1, Too Much to Protect was there. And then there was Rigged Lottery as well. Call the Week, Hysteria, Exhume on Merkins, and hope that this is my mix right. Hey, Knife from Spain. Buenos Aires, I think. Brostov. The raid is real. I think you came in near the end of the stream, maybe. Dammat is holding on in this adaptive game versus Astron in the final refrain. This is game number 2. So if Astron wins this game, and it is looking like that, he is definitely in the leading position. Then he wins this game and Dammat is eliminated. So Dammat is trying everything in his power to still stay on there. Discards Too Much to Protect at random with the Sodom Wall. Good news, but yeah. Did you guys just come from the podcast, or what did you? Where did you come from? All these guys from Spain. So 7 Amber, still not on check because of the Grump buggy. So needs to wipe the board at one point. The Researcher archiving Too Much to Protect. Igor used to probably find either Logos card or Might Makes Right, which would definitely close out the game next turn. Destroys the little creatures with Bouncing Death Quark, signaling that it might be there. I think you need your second unlock gateway here, or it might be game over. Because we got 11, 17, 23, 29, 34. Yep, you came from Ambrose Direct, talking about VT Spain. Nice. I was there last year. It was amazing, VT Spain. I hope I can go this time. I don't think so. I'm so sad. I can't defend my sealed title. But definitely, if anyone's interested in the European Vault Tour, check that out, because it was amazing. Meanwhile, Dammat plays Dust Imp, Pandemonium to capture something. Astron goes into Brobnar. Do we see a Might Makes Right? Lollop Titanic. There we go. We see the Might Makes Right. Easily making 25 power. GG. Astron taking it 2-0. Where Merkins was the MVP, I think, in this game, from game 1. So GG's to Astron. Unfortunately, I did not get to show off my chain tracker. But hey, there's still more games. Yeah. The final refrain, adaptive round 1. I think this is game 7 or 8. And we still have a long way to go for the finals. We'll see some awesome battles coming up. Yeah, the first game significantly relied on that Merkins 50-50. I'm glad Astron recognized it, that the Merkins was the MVP. Yeah, 9 even played already. Yeah, you have to exhume your chain checker some other time. And I removed the background. I put the things in. I can modify it, but hey, yeah, and miasma as well. The miasma draw. So yeah. Thank you all for watching. We can move to the bracket one more time here, and let's see. So Astron moves on, and we'll face the winner of Mooseman Dude and Vargas, which is not scheduled yet, I don't think. So look for that later in the week. Astron, your winner. Moving on to round 2. Thank you all for joining. Again, shout out to the guys from Spain. Really nice community over there. They have a great stream and podcast. It's Keyforge. I don't know if I pronounce it correctly, but if there's any other channels, let me know as well, Knife. Have a good evening, and see you all later. Bye.